Hello everyone. So before we go into actual API testing, first of all, you need to understand JSON. Okay. So what is JSON? So you already know what is a JSON, right? So JavaScript Object Notation. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, which is a lightweight text-based format used for storing and exchanging the data. That means you're making use of the JSON files and then you will transfer the data between your client and server. And why it is so famous? Because it is easy for humans to read and write. Okay, and we will see why it is easy to read and all. Okay, so JSON is often used to transmit the data between a server and a web application, and serving as a common format for APIs. As you know already, API stands for application programming interface. So first of all, we will understand the basic structure of JSON, so that you will be very clear. Okay, so whenever you talk about any JSON file basic structure or format, what you need to know is it is in key value pairs format. What is this means? Okay, key value pairs means, so what would be the key and what would be the value in the JSON document or JSON file? So let me take an example. I'll open a notepad, simple notepad, and I'll write the JSON file. So once you open the notepad, so first of all you need to understand how to start the JSON file. So your JSON file will start with curly braces. So you will have a start curly braces and end curly braces. And in that you are going to write your data. So what data you are going to write? For example, I am going to write employee details. Okay. So you have to put the first one, which is a key in the double quotes, employee name. Okay, so you have to put them in double quotes and then there is a colon and you have to write the employee name as Vijay. Okay, so this is your first element of this particular file. And the next one, you will be having employee age, emp age. And since it is a number, you no need to put it in double quotes, you can simply write the number. Okay, and then let us say I am checking whether the employee is active employee or not. That means I am going to check whether the employee is active or not. Okay, let's say there will be only two answers. Either it is true or false. That means it is a Boolean. So we will discuss all these data types also. And also your employee may have a city, correct? So from which city he is working from. So I'm saying the person is working from Hyderabad. So this is a simple example of how you create your JSON file. Okay, so this is your key and this is your value. Okay, so whenever you talk about key value pairs, your JSON file or JSON document which is consisting of a key and a value pair, so that means this is one of the employee details. So this entire thing will be your object of particular employee. And now we need to understand how we have to write all these values, right? Employee name, I am writing it in double quotes. Employee age, I just wrote it in without double quotes. And active status, true only, but I did not put it in double quotes. So to do that, why do we write this way? So to do that, you need to understand data types in JSON. Okay. So what are all the various data types available? So you will have string and you will have numbers and you will have boolean and you will have null and also you will have array. You will also have object and yeah, pretty much you will have these data types in your JSON format. So now I will go one by one with some examples. Whenever I say string, for example, if you look at this example, employee name is my key and Vijay is my string. So I should always keep my string within double quotes only. If I do this way, that means I did not write the JSON file properly. So if I have to write my string, I have to put it in double quotes. So this is about your string. For example, if you wanted to add another string, okay, everything, whatever you are writing, just put a comma and then you are going to write, let's say pin code. So pin code is what? It's a number. So let me take another example as uh, state. Okay, state is your string and then I am going to make it as Telangana. So I should always keep it in the double quotes whenever you are writing the string. And the next one is age. So if you look at the age, you no need to put it in double quotes. Okay, you have to write directly the age. So that is what your second one data type, which is a number. But if you look at this very closely, your key value is always, it should be in double quotes. Okay, so you should not write like this. Your key is always represented with the double quotes. Now we understand what is a string data type, what is a number data type. The next one is Boolean data types. Whenever I say Boolean, so it will write either it is true or false. So Boolean data type, you no need to put it in double quotes. If at all you are keeping it in double quotes, it will become string, but keep it without double quotes. Either it is true or it is false. Only two values it will consider. Okay, so this is how you will represent the uh, Boolean. And the next one is you have null. Null means you are just saying that your JSON will allow null values also. That means let us say employee name and after that I wanted to have employee last name or middle name. Okay, generally we don't give middle name sometimes. So that means it can be a null also. So that is how you can write this way so that even though it is null also, your file will accept it. So that is how you will be able to write the null data type also. So far what we have seen string, we have seen number, we have seen boolean, and we have seen null. And the next one is we are going to talk about array. Array stands for, so as you already know, collection of elements. So when I say collection of elements, that means it is not one element, you are going to have multiple elements. So for example, if I have something like I have one of my employee name. So assume I'm just writing another example here to make you understand. Array example. Let's say I wanted to write something like this is my JSON file. In that, what I'm going to do is I wanted to write my employee names, employees, and I have couple of employees. I don't have only one employee, I have multiple employees. Your array always starts with a square bracket. Okay, so you have to keep the square bracket and inside that you will be writing the employee names Ajay, Vijay and Sanjay. So this is how you will represent the string if at all there is an array which needs to be represented. That means employee or employees, whatever you wanted to keep, you can keep. And you have three people. And you remember one point like whenever you talk about any array, so it starts from 0. That means this is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element. That means this is employee dot array of 0, this is array of 1, array of 2. So that is how you need to remember array always starts from 0. And similarly, if at all you wanted to have uh, a number, for example, you have something like you have a phone number. Okay, so you have phone number and you have multiple phone numbers. In that case also what you are going to do, you are going to have 9874576. This is one number, comma, another number, like this you are going to have. Okay, so this way, and see here you have to put double quotes. So this is how you will represent the array also. So whenever you are defining any of the JSON files, you must be very clear on how you are writing the JSON file, and what is the starting point and what is the ending point. You have to write very clearly. So you have already seen the syntax rules. Before I go to objects, I'll just talk about JSON syntax rules. So JSON syntax rules, what is the first one we have seen? You have to understand your key is always, uh, you have to keep it in the double quotes and followed by this colon symbol. Okay. So key must be in double quotes and followed by colon. That is one thing. And the pair, key value pair, when I say key value pair, so this is one key and one value. So this is, I call it as pair. Okay. So key value pair is separated by comma. So every key value pair is separated by comma. Okay. Every key value pair needs to be separated by comma. Every key value pair needs to be separated with comma. And the data types, according to the data type, you have to write the values. So when I say according to the data type, if at all it is string, you have to put it in double quotes. Number, you no need to keep it in the double quotes. Boolean, you no need to put it. Null, directly you can write it. Array, if it is string, you will be writing this way, and if it is number, you will be writing in this manner. So this is how you will understand the JSON file. And finally, you also need to understand what is an object, right? So whenever I say object in JSON file, an object is a collection of key value pairs. For example, if you look at this as an example, okay, this is my first employee details. Okay, so this is my first employee details. Let's say I am going to add one more thing as id 1. That means that my first employee details. So in that case, what I am going to do is I have to write the JSON like this. So first I have to start and end the JSON file. Okay, I'm just removing this, and I'm going to write, we'll do it from scratch. Okay, let's start a JSON, and then you will be having your employees, that is your file. And then I have so many employees, that means multiple elements or multiple objects. That means I am going to put it in an array. So in that case, I'll be writing like this, and here I am going to add all my values. See, this is my first employee. And if I wanted to add one more employee, I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it here. And then this will be my second employee. And then I'll be adding it as Sanjay. And then let's say 35 or 34, whatever. And then here you are going to make it as active. And then Hyderabad, Telangana. And if you wanted to add one more, just copy and then paste it here. Employee 3, Arun, and then let's say 32, and then active Hyderabad, Telangana. So see here, so you are closing this here. So this is how you are going to have your employee with multiple collections. Okay, so I hope you understand the format of a JSON file, but to make you clearly understand this format, so whether whatever the JSON file I have written, whether it is correct or not. So if you have that question, what you can do is you can go to this website, JSONlint, go to this format, and you can keep the JSON whatever you have created here. So let's say we just created the employee JSON, right? So just copy and then put it here. See, whatever you have copied here, this is given in a systematic format. Now, if I go ahead and then if I just validate it, there is an option for you to validate. Click on validate JSON. Then what happens? See here, line number 5, employee name Vijay, there is an error. So let me fix that. I did not keep comma here. So that's what I understand now. And here also line number 2 also we are going to make, and 3 also we are going to make. And then now again click on validate JSON and see here active expecting string number parser line number 20. So whatever you have written, right? So see, we did a mistake again. So here it is true or false. So just check the others also, right? So true. And then you have any other? Yeah, false. And now click on validate JSON. So now if you look at your JSON is valid. So this is how you are going to build the JSON files. Okay, I hope you understand the format of your JSON, and if at all you wanted to create your own JSON also, you can write here and then validate. Let us say I wanted to take only this particular part. Okay, I wanted to take this and I wanted to check this out. See how, see, this is my JSON file. So if at all you wanted to validate this JSON, click on this validate JSON, then automatically it will tell you. Okay. Or else if you wanted to clear, again copy paste and then click on validate JSON, your JSON is valid. Okay. So this JSONlint.com will help you to write it in a proper format. Let's say I wanted to write one more. Let's say I wanted to write, how do you write? First of all, you will be writing curly braces and then I am going to write the uh, let's say name. I'll put it as Suman, comma, and then I'll keep the age, and age is 35, and then you are going to write city Hyderabad. This is also your one of the JSON. So now if you click on validate JSON, then automatically it says valid JSON. So this is how you will be writing. For example, if you wanted to write address, right? So address is also required. Let's say I wanted to write address, address. So in that you are going to have street, street 123. Let me make it very clear. Okay, so the address is first you will have to have street and then 123 Mount Road or some road, put it in double quotes and then comma. You are going to have city and the city name is something like Nellore and then close the bracket. Okay, so if you look at this, so this is also your address where it has key value pairs, right? So you should understand uh, an object. This is an object for me. Address is an object which is a collection of two key pair values, right? One is street, another one is city. So that is what your object means. So whenever you talk about any object, an object is a collection of, what is that collection? So you are collecting this street key and this value and city key and this value. So an object is a collection of key value pairs. So this is how you will be able to write your JSON files. So one more thing, for example, if I wanted to capture a value of this particular name, I wanted to write a JSON path. Sometimes you may have to, when you are doing your API testing, you need to ensure that how to retrieve this name. For that, you need to know how to write the JSON path. For that, you will have a tool called Java Path JSON Path Finder. JSON Path Finder. Go to this website, and then here you just copy whatever the JSON you have here. Copy, Control C, and go to this particular place. And if you look at, so there is something is expected which is missing, and expected offer property name JSON line number 75, line number 5. Yeah, see here, I did not put the double quotes. Okay, so now if you see, whenever you look at this JSON file, see what attribute it has: name, age, and then city. And if you look at address, this is my address, where it is an object which has two key value pairs. So now if I wanted to retrieve this value, see here, this is the path of your JSON path for this particular element or the key value pair. So if you wanted to retrieve this value, so what you are going to do is you are going to tell that you should make use of the address dot street. So how do I get it? Okay, I wanted to display only the street, or I wanted to display only the name. How do I do it? So there is one more tool called JSON Path Evaluator. Okay, just go here and see what is happening. See here, and this is another example. Okay, I'll not take this as an example, and I'll remove this, and I'll take our JSON, whatever we have written here, copy, and then put it here. And see here, so you wanted to copy, you wanted to retrieve name, right? So here you have to write the path. See here, make use of JSON path query, and go back to your path finder, copy this, and then go to your value. You just write name. See, if you write name, automatically it has come. And if you write age, it will come. If you write address, you will get the address. If at all you wanted to get the address, and within that address you wanted to have street. So since I know I am writing directly, if at all you don't know, right? So what you can do? So you can go to Java Pathfinder. You wanted to get the street, right? So you click on this. See here, address dot street. Just copy and then paste it. So these tools will help you to retrieve your JSON path easily. Okay, so that is how you will be able to understand the Java, JSON uh, file and its structure. So once you understand this structure, we will be able to create our own JSON files, and then how we are going to create our own JSON files and how are we going to test them using our Postman, we will see in the next video.